Green lawfare. The Shire of Broome, Western Australia, wants Scott Morrison to crack down on activist charities who are destroying existing industries, according to the Australian newspaper. The Broome Shire Council had this to say today, among other things that were being said. They say that they're able to engage in unethical conduct because there is very little regulation holding them to account. Should a public company or pastoralist act in the same manner and spread false information to the public, there would be considerable financial penalties. Not so for these charitable groups. We have seen this happen on so many fronts. It's happening in WA, it's happening in Queensland on mining projects.
Yeah.
How can the government tighten this up, Mark?
Well, Paul, you said not to speak about coronavirus, but the economic emergency we've got at the moment is a real reminder of how much stronger the Australian economy should already be. I mean, you know, our growth rates and productivity rates have been piddly for the last decade, and we should be pumping along with mining and industry and manufacturing and development projects that had us fairly well cocooned, better than the rest of the world, from this meltdown. And the fact that we tolerate these groups and green tape, the fact that in New South Wales we have an outfit called the Independent Planning Commission that broke the law in its regulation of mining projects because of climate concerns on the other side of the world. I mean, the governments have got too much tolerance of outfits that stand in the way of the average family having a good, secure job, putting food and money on the table and having a good income and a good life for their children. And our economic growth rate should have been humming along at 5 or 6%, not 1 or 2. And we'd be in a much stronger position if this sort of thing was cleaned out long ago.
What do you reckon, Garry?
Well, look, absolutely, I 100% agree with everything Mark's just said. I mean, the inculcation of the Green left into the Queensland government, for instance, is almost complete. They can't even run this local government election properly. Over 500,000 people have applied for postal votes, but they haven't got enough postal votes and envelopes printed, and they're not about to go to the printer. So in other words, they're going to make, the Green left are going to make a decision about who gets to vote and who doesn't, and as long as you've applied you'll be okay. This is the same bunch of nufties who've got some of the Green extremists giving advice to Anastasia Palaszczuk and Jackie Trad about what goes and what stays as far as projects are concerned. You can't get water projects, you can't get road projects, you can't get approval for quarries, you can't get approvals for anything. The green tape, red tape, black tape is stuffing this country, and we are 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 years worth of approval processes, Paul. And one of the things that's got to come out of this newfound nationalism, you know, Morrison saying bring everyone home, good on him. But there's newfound nationalism all through Europe. Europe is going to fall apart. It's going to be killed off faster than climate change could ever have killed off Europe. It's going to be killed off by coronavirus because people are going to become newfound nationalists in these sorts of things. And Australia needs to say, what do we do for us? How do we build the future we want? And what I want to see is a crisis, a post-crisis reconstruction commission created. I know that sounds like a lot of, you know, BS and public servant baloney, but what I'm saying is we need to have a plan for 25 years from now. There needs to be some growth, and you can't do it with all of this green tape stuff. Good on you, Broome Council, 100% right behind you.